So today we have Sean giving a testimonial for CJAM. I'll let him introduce himself, what businesses he runs, and we'll go from there.
I'm Sean Shapiro. I am the founder of two separate companies on polar opposite ends of the spectrum and types of companies in industry. One is a middle market investment banking company, and we are focused in the construction and home service space. We do sell-side representation, so trying to help founders go to market and sell their companies in those industries. On the other end, we also have a e-commerce brand, Old Sport Company. We sell needlepoint, handmade penny loafers, belts, and watch bands.
What were you looking for when you were finding a marketing partner, and how were you feeling about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really daunting task. Coming from our previous endeavor was a roofing company, brick and mortar. We had localized partners because it was a localized company. It was a much different business to operate in terms of marketing efforts. And jumping into both of these companies, the world is wide open in terms of marketing partners, but with that comes paralysis by analysis for sure. We thought we were doing a good job at vetting companies, but everyone kind of told you the same thing. Everyone on the surface seemed equal, but their prices were a lot different sometimes, and the way that they operated their businesses were much different, and it was hard for us to tell as non-experts in the digital marketing space who was really the cream of the crop and who wasn't, and who was just telling us, trying to sell us a bag of goods. So the effort, I think, before we had started working with CJAM was doing a lot of discovery and not making a whole lot of decisions. So we struggled for sure.
How did CJAM help, and the experience you had from discovery call to hiring a partner? And so far, I think we've got 3 underneath our belt.
It's been really helpful because from discovery call, you guys did a good deep dive into both of the businesses and what we were really looking for, the type of businesses from like a culture standpoint that we were going to run, what we were looking to do as far as, future planning of the companies, and really learning a lot more about me and my partner Cameron than most just when you're talking directly to an agency will do on a discovery call. So you guys did a good job up front and kind of getting to know us and what we were really looking for and who we were looking to partner with. And then you obviously went out, you had already previously vetted them, and you kind of, you slimmed the list down for us, and then you gave us a great description of each of the companies and like what to expect and what you think they're going to be really good at, where you think they might have some room for improvement, what to expect, what not to expect, price points, ranges of a budget that is a good fit, and there was no surprises, which is awesome. So it was just a very clear black and white kind of process versus being muddled in the gray area, which is where we were struggling.
Any results you'd like to share from the different partners that we've shared so far?
Yeah, so we got a few going. So the first one was a developer for our e-commerce site. We had got it all redesigned, but we hadn't teamed up with a developer. You guys partnered us up with someone that's been a rock star. We've since then brought them into the development side of the other company. So they're doing both websites for us. Really great, very thorough. And then also on the e-commerce side, we've onboarded an agency for SEO, paid ads, and then another one for email marketing. It's just been super helpful. The experience across the board has been 10 out of 10 so far.
And how would you describe your overall experience using CJAM, and would you recommend it to other business owners?
From the first call that we had during the discovery phase, and then for you guys taking your time, and we're going to introduce your brand to some potential people and see if there's a common fit there. We really like that approach versus just the spray and pray method. So everything was just really seamless. And when you guys said you were going to do something, you you under-promised and over-delivered on everything, which was fantastic. And everything was great. I mean, just from the time that we got on these calls and vetted all these different agencies and their turnaround time on things, they made you look good. You made them look good. I could tell that you guys had great working relationships. It wasn't the first time that they had been introduced from you. A lot of it was just really seamless for us, and everything was exactly what was described up front, which is always big. And yeah, it's been stellar so far.
Before CJAM, how were you finding marketing partners, and was that method useful to you?
We were doing just, hey, do you know someone? Just talking to people like in our regular network. But talking to people that weren't really experts, so they were referring us to probably people that also weren't experts. And it's just, it's just not a really great scalable model to have to do that for every marketing partner that you want. And especially in a small startup e-commerce brand, it's just my partner and I doing everything. I mean, we needed a lot of external teammates to make the whole marketing plan work. And trying to do that while run the day to day and retool penny loafers. There's a lot of stuff going on with us just building the brand. It would be impossible. So yeah, I mean, we luckily stumbled across you, and used you right off the bat from both of these companies. So it's been pretty smooth sailing for us, which has been a blessing for sure.
Before, like maybe for some of your last companies, how many marketing partners would you have to go through before finding one that you liked to work with?
There was a lot of partners that were like, hey, you probably need all these services, right? Well, we can sell them all to you. And then you're like, well, is that what you normally do? They're like, no, we usually just do this one thing, but it sounds like you need all of them and we would love the money, right? So you're like, are you going to then go out and sub some of this work out? Like, how is the model going to work from your guys' end? Do you have someone that's a technician, a specialist in each of these prongs of marketing, or are you just trying to capture revenue right now, right? And that's where it's real tricky because they could tell you anything, and then there's no really way to prove it. Like, I'm not going to fly to France to go look at their headquarters and see what employees are in-house and which ones aren't, right? You just got to take them on their word sometimes. And then in the online agency world, it's hard to find like quality reviews, like testimonials. It's all going to be from case studies of their own clients that they've picked out. So a lot of it is just, I mean, that's why CGM exists, right? That's the whole purpose behind CGM. So yeah, it's been very helpful to find some really, really specialized people to work with.